In this video, we will distinguish between criminal law and civil law. We will also distinguish between substantive law and procedural law. These two objectives are very important. If you plan to work in the field, it is important to understand the law. A good understanding of the law might keep your butt out of the ringer. Even if you don't intend to work in the field, having a solid understanding of American criminal law can be valuable in fulfilling your civic responsibilities. Criminal law is one of the two main branches of law practiced in the United States, the other being civil law. It serves as a formal mechanism of social control, relying on a system of rules that are interpreted and enforced by the courts within a political community. These rules are designed to establish boundaries for individual behavior, provide guidance for law enforcement and other public officials, and define what constitutes deviant or unacceptable conduct. The primary role of the criminal justice system is to enforce these laws and uphold the standards they set. A crime is a violation of the criminal law or of the penal code of a political jurisdiction. Although crime is committed against individuals, it is considered an offense against the state or, more correctly, the political jurisdiction that enacted the law. A tort, in contrast, is a violation of the civil law and is considered a private matter between individuals. Civil law includes the law of contracts and property as well as subjects such as administrative law, which deals with the rules and regulations created by government agencies, and the regulation of public utilities. There are two primary types of criminal law: substantive law and procedural law. Substantive law is the body of law that defines criminal offenses and their penalties. Substantive laws, which are found in the various penal codes, govern what people legally may and may not do. Examples of substantive laws are those that prohibit and penalize murder, rape, robbery, and other crimes. For example, substantive law in the Kentucky Penal Code defines manslaughter second degree and sets its punishment. Procedural law governs the ways in which the substantive laws are to be administered. It covers such subjects as the way suspects legally can be arrested, searched, interrogated, tried, and punished. In other words, procedural law is concerned with due process of law, or the rights of people suspected of or charged with crimes. For example, procedural law covers the procedures the police must follow in enforcing the substantive law that defines crimes. Your text covers 5 features of good criminal law. They are 1. Politicality, 2. Specificity, 3. Regularity, 4. Uniformity, and 5. Penal sanction. Politicality. Politicality refers to the legitimate source of criminal law. Only violations of rules made by the state, i.e., the political jurisdiction that enacted the laws, are crimes. Specificity. Specificity refers to the scope of criminal law. The criminal law should provide specific definitions of specific acts. Regularity. Regularity is the applicability of the criminal law to all persons. Ideally, anyone who commits a crime is answerable for it, regardless of the person's social status. Uniformity. Uniformity refers to the way in which the criminal law should be enforced. Ideally, the law should be administered without regard for the social status of the persons who have committed crimes or are accused of committing crimes. Penal sanction. The last ideal feature of criminal law is penal sanction, the principle that violators will be punished, or at least threatened with punishment by the state. The 5 general types of penal sanctions used in the United States are punishment, restitution, compensation, regulation, and treatment or rehabilitation. We will pause here to allow this important information to sink in. Once again, do not cut corners. Read your book. This information is very important and may keep your neck out of the noose in the future.